Night shifts and insomnia, how to cope. A work schedule that departs from your regular sleeping time can wreak havoc on your health. Martha used to man the coffee shop downtown before a new mall rose in the neighborhood and stole their customers. Now she works nights at a manufacturing plant near her daughter's grade school. Her shift, which is from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., stretches 5 days straight. She tries to sleep at around 3 in the afternoon, but things always come up and she ends up feeling tired a lot and irritable. On weekends, she wants to spend time with her husband and kid, but sleeping on their timetable doesn't work for her. Martha's and her physiological clock can't adjust to a new routine sleep schedule because she switches sleeping schedules often. A work shift change means a sleeping and chores changing process must set in before one is accustomed to the new sleeping timetable. The outcome of sleep deprivation in this manner is an inability to sleep and stay asleep for long periods and decreased physical and mental energy at work. Coping is not going to be fast or easy, since a whole new productivity and resting schedule is to be adhered to. Although there are no sweeping solutions, there remain some tips to help graveyard shift workers to adjust their body clocks to an evening workday. Number 1. Ask your spouse to help you explain to your children about needing to sleep while everyone else sleeps. Often, spouses and children are given the wrong impression. Graveyard shift parents tend to spend less family time due to their shifts. To offset this, they try to spend daylight hours with their children, daylight hours when they should be sleeping. Some pressure to be with the kids can be taken off if the kids understand that working hours are different for some and that sleeping hours go with the difference. Number 2. Delegate some tasks to a responsible son or daughter or a relative. Attending family events or even kids' school events are not always that possible when one has a graveyard shift. Some of these can be delegated. If you need to restock the refrigerator, have your spouse or kid buy them instead of you, or avail of home deliveries. Remember that the usual chores that you're used to doing during the day will no longer be available for you, since you need to sleep at those times. Number 3. When you set a sleeping time for your workdays, stick to it, even when it's the weekend. This way, your body clock will adjust more effectively, and you will begin to feel less tired at work. If your spouse and children have adjusted to your sleeping and waking habits, this shouldn't be a big problem. Number 4. Acknowledge the fact that you cannot always be there for your spouse and children because of your job. However, some adjustments can be made on their part if they are well informed of the need for the job and what changes it brings to the family interaction, duties, and quality time together. Number 5. Plan ahead when it comes to errands. That way you can sleep uninterrupted. Delegate tasks when you can, or choose shops and stores that have evening or very early morning service hours. That way, you can still go back or do some shopping. Number 6. Cut down on daytime interruptions and disturbances. Get an answering machine, tone down the phone ringing level, pull down the blinds to curb lighting inside your room, wear eye mask during sleep, put on some music or use a white noise machine, use earmuffs, and remind your spouse and children not to turn up the TV volume or talk too loudly. Number 7. Don't take alcohol or caffeine, and don't exercise 3 hours before bedtime. Just engage in a relaxation or sleeping ritual you should establish, like talking to your spouse for 10 minutes on the phone just before sleeping, taking a long hot bath, writing on your journal, and so on. With these tips, you can begin to worry less on how to cope with your insomnia and your graveyard shift.